Okay. Okay, let's start today's training. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm Jenny from NovaStar. So welcome to our NovaStar training. We will spend about 1 hour and a half together. During this time, I'll show you some functions about our products and software. Okay, let's start. So as we know, NovaStar is a company that develops the LED control system. So let's talk about what is the LED control system first. Okay, here we can say this is the basic structure of the LED control system. Here we can say the control computer is connected to the sending card by the USB cable or the network cable. And then the sending card is connected to the LED display by the Ethernet cables from different output ports. Okay, sometimes before we provide the video source to the sending controller, we need a video processor to deal with the video source before provided to the sending controller. Okay, regarding the end of the LED display, it is composed of many cabinets. And there is a receiving card and a hub card in each cabinet, which connected to the LED module through the flat cable. Okay, so all these are the basic structure of the LED control system. So with the development of this industry, now the LED display has already developed very rapidly in the recent years, compared with the LCD and projections. Now the LED display has the ability to compete with the LCD and projections because of the maturity of the technology and cost reduction. So what we know has started down in the recent years. Okay, first let's see how many product lines we have. Now we have 4 product lines: the LED control system, cloud-based platform, calibration system, and the video product. In the control system, we have the standard line, which is the basic and the classic products. And the FOVO series is for the high-end market and project, and also be designed as a whole range of solution. And all-in-one series, which means everything in one box. It can work as a normal sending controller and also a video processor. Okay, the cloud is the platform. So if you see the detailed products and the simple explanation, you will see that product line is a group management system solution. There are 2 parts. The Taurus cards can be a multiplayer, which integrate a small sending card, scaler, and a small PC. And we also provide Linux, the remote publish system. No matter where you are, you can control the screen, publish content, and monitor the working status. And the third one is the calibration system. The calibration system is the most important feature of NovaStar. Now we have 2 kinds of calibration system: normal calibration and calories calibration. So if you use the normal calibration, you need to use the digital camera. So if you choose the calories calibration, you need to use our industrial camera. And the last product line is the video product. It is also a new exploration. Okay, so in Today's training, we will mainly talk about the first one, the LED control system. Okay, first, let's say the features and application. It is the topic which never be out of style. And I believe sometimes you should feel confused when you choose controller for a project. So first, let's say what we have in the LED control system. Here we can see there are 6 controllers. All these controllers are independent controller because they are just a pure sending controller, do not have any image processing function. Actually, from the M Control 300 to the M Control 4K, it is a very long story. So I'll try to make it simple for you. Here we take a 1080p screen as an example. Here we can see in 2011, we need such a structure to complete the configuration. Because the loading capacity of the M Control 300 is not enough for the entire screen. So here we need 2 M Control 300 to load the whole screen. So in order to solve these problems, in 2012, we provide you M Control 600, which has larger loading capacity. So this time we just need 1 sending controller to load the whole screen. And after that, we also keep collecting customers' feedback and iterating on our products. Pay attention to your experience and our product usability. So in 2013, we launched you M Control 660. So the difference between M Control 600 and M Control 660 is that the M Control 660 has a small LCD panel and a knob in front of the sending controller. So this time you can complete the configuration. Do not need a computer. And because of the pixel pitch becoming smaller, so the resolution on the screen become bigger. So our controller's loading capacity is not enough again in order to solve these problems. So in 2017, we launched you our M Control R5, and 2017 M Control 4K. So the M Control R5 can support a 4K by 1K screen, and it also supports the free rotation function when the receiving card is A8S or A10S Plus. And the M Control 4K, it can support a 4K by 2K screen, and it also supports the HDR technology and low latency technology. Okay, so where are the 2014, 15, 18, and 19? Okay, let me tell you. The second year after we launched you the M Control 660, another voice came from the market. The people just wanted one device but have more functions. So after the market search, we launched you our all-in-one controllers, Nova Pro HD and VX series product, which has 4 output ports. So the all-in-one controller is not only a pure sending controller, but also a video processor. And in 2018, we found that 4 output port is not enough again. So we launched you our VX6X, which has 6 output ports. And in 2019, we launched our Nova Pro UHD GR, which has 16 output ports. So all these are our all-in-one controllers. Okay, all these controllers has one thing in common, that is one button skill. I believe you may meet this situation. So if your video source is smaller than your screen, then the screen will have some area remains black. So with our all-in-one controllers, you just need one click skill. Then the video source will match your screen size automatically. It is very easy. Okay, these are some features about our all-in-one controllers. The first difference is the loading capacity. Here we can see for the M control, for the Nova Pro HD and the VX4X, the loading capacity is 2.3 million pixels. And VX6S, it can support 3.9 million pixels. And for the Nova Pro UHD GR, it can support up to 10.4 million pixels. And compared with the Pro HD and the VX4X, VX6S can support 3 layers and 1 OSD. And for the Nova Pro UHD GR, it can support the low latency 3 layers and 1 BKG. So when we are talking about the low latency function, except the M Control 4K and the Nova Pro UHD GR, there is also another controller also supported. That is our M Control 660 Pro. During our research, we found that there is a special application which is not the same as the fixed installation or the rental business. It is broadcasting. The screen may be not very big, but they have a higher requirement on the latency. So low latency is what they need. So in order to solve these problems, in 2019, we do our low latency system solutions. That is our M Control 660 Pro and our A8S and A10S Plus. So with these two products, we will give you a fast world. Okay, after we have already know what we have in the LED control system, let's see the loading capacity. When we are talking about the loading capacity, we don't care about the pixel pitch or how many square meters your screen is. The total pixel number is what we need, so we only focus on the pixel level. Okay, here I have the first important information for you to remember. Loading capacity of the M Control 300 is 1.3 million pixels, and it has 2 output ports. So for each output port, the loading capacity is 650,000 pixels. Okay, let's see how to get the pixel resolution. Okay, here we can see the cabinet dimension is 500 by 500, and the pixel pitch is P3.91. And for the pixel width, we used cabinet width divided by the pixel pitch. And for the pixel height, we use the cabinet height divided by the pixel pitch. So the pixel resolution is a pixel width multiply the pixel height. So after calculate, we can get the pixel resolution is 128 by 128. Okay, and after that, how many cabinets can be loaded by one output port? As I just told you, for one output port, the loading capacity is 650,000 pixels. Okay, let's see it. Okay, here we can see the cabinet's resolution is 128 by 128. And for each output, the loading capacity is 650,000 pixels. So how many cabinets we need? Okay, here we use the each output port loading capacity divided by your cabinet's resolution. So after calculate, we need 40 cabinets. So I think this part is very easy for you. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can leave a message in the group. Okay, and another question. So for one output port, why it is the loading capacity is 650,000 pixels? Okay, actually here is a formula. Here we can see the bandwidth of the Ethernet cable is 1 gigabit. And 93.6% is the average we can use. It is the capacity multiply the frame rate and the color depth. Here we set the frame rate as 60 Hz and the color depth is 8. So after calculate in this formula, we can get the capacity is 650,000 pixels. Okay, so what about 4 output ports controller? So what is their loading capacity? Is it 2.6 million pixels? Okay, so with a few minutes, okay, network is okay. So for the 4 output port controller, what is the loading capacity? Is it 2.6 million pixels? Actually, 2.6 million pixels is not correct. 2.3 million pixels is the real capacity of the 4 output controller. Okay, so I think you may have a question in your mind why I can't get all the capacity. Okay, let me show you. Okay, here we can see all our normal products are using the single link DVI as the input. And here are some input resolutions. And sometimes we also do customized resolution. And here we can see the max resolution of the single link DVI is 1920 by 1200. So it is 2.3 million pixels. So let's think about it. For the input, the loading capacity is the resolution is 2.3 million pixels. So if the output part, the loading capacity is 2.6 million pixels, I think it is necessary. So we set for the 4 output ports, the loading capacity is 2.3 million pixels. Okay, after we have already know what we have in different product lines and the loading capacity, let's see the software part. First, let's see the standard steps to configure the LED screen. Okay, when you get into the screen configuration interface, you can see there are 3 parts. Part 1 is sending card settings, and part 2 is receiving card settings, and part 3 is screen connection. Okay, here is a very important thing. So before you do the screen configuration, if you want your screen to show perfectly, you need to let your screen show pixel by pixel. So you need to right-click the mouse on your desktop, select the display settings option, and then set the screen scale ratio to 100%. This can ensure the screen is showing pixel by pixel. So after you have already do this, you can do the screen configuration. Okay, next I'll show you in the software step by step. Okay, here we can see our software Nova LCT. Double click to open it. Wait a few seconds. Okay, when we open the Nova LCT software, first click User. Here we can see there are 3 options. The first one, Advanced Synchronous System User Login. So when you use our LED control system product, you need to choose this one. And the third one is a Media Player Login. So if you use our Taurus card, you need to choose Media Player Login. Okay, so because I didn't connect any products, so I'll show you the functions of the software in the demonstration mode. Okay, click it. Password is admin. Login. Okay, now we have already logged in. Then click the screen configuration. Click next. Now here we can. Okay, here we can see there are 3 in this interface. There are 3 parts: sending card, receiving card, and the screen connection. Okay, first let's say the sitting cards part. So in this interface, we need to pay attention to the source configuration. Source. So if you use the HDMI as the input, choose HDMI. If you use DP, choose DP. If you use DVI, choose DVI. Okay, for example, here we use HDMI. We choose HDMI. And the next resolution, we need to let your resolution the same as your graphics output resolution. So here we can say the graphics output resolution is 1536 multiply 864. Okay, let's choose 1. Here we can see we cannot find the same resolution as the graphics card. Don't worry, we can do the customized resolution. Just choose the resolution the same as the graphics card. Okay, the refresh rate 60 Hz. Set. Okay, because in the demonstration mode we have a 5M control 4K cascaded. We can select all or select one of them. Click OK. Okay, don't forget save. Okay, information has been successfully saved. Okay, then we get into the receiving card part. Okay, this is the receiving card interface. Here we can see. Okay, so if you already have a correct receiving card configuration file, you can just load from file. Okay, so for example, if you have this one, just click it and open it. Here we can say load the configuration file successfully. Then you can use it. And then you can send to receiving card. You can choose all receiving card, reset the start coordinate of the receiving card, or you can choose the specify receiving card. Here we choose all receiving card. Click extend. Successfully. Okay, after that, don't forget save. And on this interface, you see the first time is not the information about the cabinet. It is the information of the receiving card. So if you don't have a receiving card configuration file, you can ask the screen manufacturer for it. So please form a habit. Read the configuration file from the receiving card first. Successfully. And then you can save to file in order you can use it next time. And give it a name. Test. Okay, test 0. Okay. Okay, after this, don't forget save. Okay, let's get into the screen connection interface. So first, we need to choose the quantity of the screen. So if you have 1, choose 1. If you have 2, choose 2. For example, if you have just one, click configure. And then we can say this is the receiving card, this is the sending card number. Because in a demonstration mode, we have a 5M control, 4K cascaded, so we can see there are 5 sending controllers. Okay, and this part is the Ethernet port number, port 1, port 2, port 3, port 4. And this part is the receiving card size. This is the width. And this is the height. And here is the columns and the rows. And this is the quick connection. Okay, let's do a screen connection first. So if we set the screen 4 columns, 4 rows, we set all. And if the width is 1925.192, we can use the quick connection to do the screen connection. Okay, after that, we have already finished the screen connection, and then we need to send it to hardware. Click OK. Save information. The latest version of our software will save your information automatically. Okay, so now we have already finished the screen configuration. So remember 3 steps: the sending card part, receiving card part, and the screen connection. Okay, so this part is finished. Close it. Okay, let's move on. Okay, this part I have already shown you in the software password admin screen configuration. Remember this part. This is the receiving card interface, and this is the screen connection interface. Okay, after we have already know how to do the screen connection, let's see how to do the project design. Okay, so before I do a project design, I will share you 2 important and necessary informations. So what is the total resolution of the whole screen? And the second, what is the video source they will use? So from the first question, I'll know how many controllers and how many output ports you need. And from the second question, I'll give you the correct suggestion, because different controllers requires different input source. And sometimes maybe you need to consider other features of different sending cards. Then you can check our website or brochures to choose the right controllers. Okay, let's see the basic steps. So first, you need to confirm the controller model. This is based on the video source interface and the version. For example, so if you use the HDMI 2.0 as the input, you can choose our M Control 4K. So if you use HDMI 1.4 as the input source, you can choose our M Control R5. And second, you need to calculate the quantity of the controller. So you can use the whole pixel quantity divided by the capacity of the controller. So you can get how many controllers you need. And the third step is you need to confirm the additional requirements, such as the scaling, video source, and synchronous, low latency, and rotate. Other requirements. Okay, let's see an example. So here is the information we can see. The screen resolution is 3008 by 432. And for each cabinet, the resolution is 64 by 48. And the input is single link DVI at 60 Hertz. So let's see how to do the project design. So after calculate the loading capacity, the resolution of the screen, we can get the resolution of the screen is 1.29 million pixels. So it is within 1.3 million pixels. So we know for our M control 300 loading capacity is 1.3 million pixels. It is within 1.3. So maybe you think 1 M control 300 is enough for the screen. So is it right? So did you think why I told you the cabinet resolution is 64 by 48? Okay, here we use the screen width divided by the cabinet width, and we use the screen height divided by the cabinet height. Then we can get we need 47 by 9 cabinets. Then how can I divide these cabinets into same equal parts? We can just divide the cabinet into these two parts. One is 23 by 9. The other is 24 by 9. Okay, please pay attention. Here, after calculate the loading capacity, we found the 24 by 9 part, the loading capacity is 663,000 pixels. It is beyond one output port loading capacity. So for this part, one output port is not enough. So we need at least 2 for this part. So, and this part, we need at least 3 output ports. So here we can see M control 300 is not enough. We need our M control 660 to load the whole screen. 3 output ports, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is another example. Here we can see the screen resolution is 1920 by 1152. And for each cabinet, the resolution is 192 by 384. And we have 10 columns and 3 rows. Okay, here we only have M control 660. And for the system running, it is 60 Hertz. So what is the common procedure to configure this screen? Okay, let's see. After you know this information, I think after you may calculate the loading capacity. After calculate, I think you may connect the screen like this. This is port 1, this is port 2, port 3, port 4. So now we finish the screen connection. Let's see what happened. Here the software reminds us, sending card number 1, network port number 1 exceed the load range. You want to continue? Okay, let's see why this will happen. Here, after we calculate the loading capacity, we find if we connected 9 cabinets for each output port, the loading capacity is 660,000 pixels. It is beyond 650,000 pixels. So it is too much, cannot work. So what about if we reduce 1 cabinet? Okay, so if we connected 8, and after we calculate, we found for each output port, loading capacity is 589,000 pixels. It is within 650,000 pixels. So is it correct? Okay, here I need you to remember one word, that is the image pixel loading capacity. So this gray part, it is the image loading capacity. So when you calculate the loading capacity, our system will calculate loading capacity. The area should be a complete rectangular. So it means in this gray part, no matter how many cabinets you connected, the loading capacity is the same. So like this part, so in this area, no matter you connect 9 or 8 or even 7 cabinets, the loading capacity is the same as the left one. Remember, the area should be a complete rectangular. Okay, this also means, so when we are calculating the loading capacity, we just need to consider the max width and max height. Okay, so we choose another screen connection. We can connect like this. This is port 1, this is port 2, port 3, and port 4. Okay, after we finish the screen connection, the information has been successfully saved. So this is the finally structure. Use our M control 660. Okay, we have a 10 minutes coffee break. After 10 minutes, we will start again.
Okay, thank you very much, Jenny.
Okay, we will start at
very clear.
8:30 p.m.
Okay, we can go on if you wish.
Coffee break.
No,
Have a rest.
Okay, you want to drink a coffee? Okay, no problem. Chicos, ¿se entiende esto o más o menos? Hola, hola.
Lo vengo entendiendo yo, dentro de todo, te digo, Pablito. Facu, te habla.
Sí, Sí, ¿no? Es bastante sencillito, ¿no?
Bastante
Hasta ahora.
sencillito por ahora. O sea, tema del cálculo y demás, bueno, esas son cosas bien técnicas que necesita la marca. Lo de recién lo entendí, el tema rectangular, de resolución, la capacidad de carga. Por ahora lo voy entendiendo.
Ok,
Quizá me parece.
yo lo que... Sí, dale, sorry.
No, decime.
No, yo lo que quería ir armando a partir de todo esto es lo que vamos a traer en una primera instancia que estuvimos hablando con Martín y con Pipo. Más que nada para tener un embarque y poder hacer un montón de pruebas y jugar un poco con esto, para después, cuando traigamos un embarque más grande, no haber metido la pata, ¿no? Si traemos estas cosas en un embarque grande y metemos la pata,
Claro.
después sacarla del pozo es mucho más complicado.
Ahí calculo que con Vigil lo vamos a armar. Entre todos, vos también sumate si querés y armamos, como vos decís, la primera compra de prueba.
Eso, exacto. Yo más que nada quería hoy estar escuchando un poquito lo que hablaban y lo que hablaba esta gente para que podamos armar entre hoy, mañana, pasado, ya la orden. Y lo que estamos planeando traer ahí con Martínez, no solamente gabinetes, viste que en el gabinete hay varios módulos puestos adentro de un gabinete, sino módulos separados. Y yo le
Mira.
pregunté ahí a esta gente cómo eran o sea, cómo manejaba el controlador la receiving card, ¿no? La tarjeta que está más allá de los módulos,
Sí.
si era lo mismo configurarla para módulos o para gabinetes. Bueno, ahí estuvo
Sí.
contestando.
Papu, ¿entendés algo? Papu,
Sí, Vigil. Sí, estaba hablando ahí con Pablito por ahora, bastante bien. No,
¿sí?
ninguna duda grave.
Me parece que ahí el tema de resoluciones, pixel, todo eso, vamos a necesitar un refuerzo, me parece, ¿no?
Sí, a ver, es bastante complejo. Quizá al principio incluso necesitemos la mano de ellos.
Sí,
No, eso lo vamos a tener.
Lucy nos da una mano siempre, ahí no hay problema.
Eso lo
¿Qué
vamos a
haces,
tener.
Tincho?
Seguro que te lo
Che,
vamos a tener. Sí,
Tincho, le decía ahí a Cris que después, si querés, tipo a la tarde o algo así, nos juntamos, más que nada para empezar a armar la orden, ¿sí? Para ver bien qué cosas vamos a pedir y ya volcarlas así, yo se las paso a Lucy de una vez y, y que nos arme ella la orden de venta con todos los detalles. Y ahora con esta información vamos a entender un poquito más qué es lo que nos quiere decir con alguno de los ítems, ¿entendés?
me parece bien.
Así que bueno, hoy o mañana nos juntamos y ya lo vemos.
Dale, sin ningún problema. Yo,
¿Ah?
si te parece mañana, Chris hoy tenía una capacitación todo el día y va a entrar más tarde para poder participar de esta, así que si te parece mañana, lo hacemos mañana.
Dale, no hay ningún problema. No hay ningún problema. Pero está bueno lo que está explicando, ¿eh? Está muy bueno.
Okay, I'm back. We will start 1 minute later. Okay, let's start. Okay, so now let's see some functions in our software. The first one, configure several screens with one SIM card. Okay, so which application scenario we need to configure like this? Here we can see. This is a double-side screen. One is in front, the other is in the opposite side. And this is a two duplicate pillar screen. They are showing the same picture. Okay. First, let's say the double-side screen. Okay, here we can see the information of this screen. We use the SIM card and control 300. Okay, and receiving card we use 16 MRV 330. And for each cabinet, the size is 192 by 192. And the screen resolution, the whole screen resolution is 768 by 384. Okay, so the pixel pitch is P10. First, let's say the basic structure. Here, after calculate the loading capacity, we use 1M control 300 to load these two side screens. For each output port, it can load one side of the screen. This is port 1, screen 1 side. This is port 2, screen 2 side. Okay, let's see how to do it in a software. Okay, I'll show you in the software step by step. Okay, first also we need to log in. Okay, after we have already logged in, click screen configuration, and then next. Okay, because we know we use one M control 300 to load the 2 screens. So first, we need to choose the quantity of the screen to be 2. Okay, click configuration. Okay, now here we can see we have screen 1, screen 2, screen 1, screen 2. Okay, first let's do the screen connection in the screen 1. Okay, we know we use the only one sending controller. So sending card, here is only one. Don't care about this 4 because we have a 5M control 4K in the demonstration mode. Okay, we use port 1 to load the screen 1. Four columns, 2 rows, and width is 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Okay. And then we do the screen connection. Okay, so for the screen 1, the screen connection is finished. And then we get into screen 2. Also the same 4 columns, 2 rows. This time we use port 2. Width 1 and 2. 1 and 2. And quick connection to the screen connection. Okay, now here we can see screen 1, we use port 1 to finish the screen connection. And for screen 2, we use port 2 to do the screen connection. Okay, after we have already do the screen connection, send hardware, click OK. Save information. Latest version of the software will save your information automatically. So if you use the old version, you need to click Save after you finish the screen configuration. Okay. Okay, so this function is finished. Okay, this is the double-side screen software settings. I just show you in a software. Okay, and for the pillar screen, here we can see we use sending cards. We use one MSD 300. Receiving card is we use 24 MRV 330, and the receiving card load areas is 144 by 256. And the screen resolution is 576 by 1024. Okay, pixel pitch is P8. So let's see the structure. After calculate the loading capacity, here we can see we use one MSD 300. MSD is the same as M control 300. The difference is M control 300 has a box outside, and MSD is only a port. Okay. Also, for port 1, we can load the first pillar screen, and for the port 2, we can load the second pillar screen. Okay. Let's see how to do it in the software. Okay, first we need to log in. Okay, after login, click screen configuration, next. Okay, first we also need to choose the quantity of the screen. We choose 2. Okay, now we have a 2 screen. Click reset all to clear the previous information. Okay. Now, as we know, we use one MSD 300 for port 1. We use port 1 to load the first pillar screen. Okay, 4 columns, 4 rows, and the width is 144,256. Okay, we do the spring connection. Okay, so this is the first spring. And for the second spring, here we use port 2. Also, 4 columns, 4 rows, port 2, 144,256. Spring connection. Okay, now we finish spring 1, spring 2. Spring 1, spring 2. Okay, next we need to send to hardware. Save information. So this example is the same as the first one I just told you. Okay, now we finished the configuration. So I think this is very easy for you. It is the same as the double-side screen I just told you. Okay, I have already presented in the software. Okay, so let's get into the part 2. Controller cabinet configuration file import. So for this function, why we need this function? Because sometimes in your project, maybe a computer is not necessary. So we can use this function to save the RCFG file into our controller. And then next time, if there is something wrong with your configuration file, you can just you don't need to use a computer to reset the configuration file. You can just resend the RCFG file to your receiving card. Okay, let's see how to do it. Okay, so choose, click choose. First, we also need to log in. Don't forget this step. And choose. Click the controller cabinet configuration file import. First, we need to, before we use this function, we need to save our configuration file first. So you can add a configuration file, maybe this one. And also you can rename it. You can rename it maybe test1. Click OK and save the change successfully. And also you can redeem your sending card, or you don't need it. It's okay. After you do the settings, save to hardware. Okay. So now we have already saved the RCF configuration file into our controller. So let's get back to our sending controller. Okay, the step I just showed you. Now we finish save our configuration file to the sending controller, and then we can get to the sending controller part, because sometimes we don't have a computer. So choose in the front LCD panel of the controller, you can choose the advanced settings, and then cabinet settings, and then you can load RCFG file. And the last step, you can save to the receiving card. So this function is very useful for some project if you don't have a computer. Okay, let's see the next functions, the brightness adjustment. So for the brightness adjustment, we can use the manual method, and we can also adjust the screen brightness according to the schedule. And sometimes if you connect a light sensor, you can adjust the screen brightness according to the environment brightness. Okay. For the manual adjustment, we can do it in the software or the hardware. And the automatic, we can do by schedule or by light sensor. Okay, let's see how to do it. I'll show you in the software. So brightness, also the same, you need to log in first. And then brightness, click brightness. So first, if we choose the manual adjustment, you can drag this bar to adjust the screen brightness. It is very easy. Now, after that, shift hardware. Also, we can do it. We can do the screen brightness in the sending controller. Just from the LCD panel, you can choose the brightness and use the knob to choose which brightness value you need. So for the manual adjustment, it is very easy. Okay, let's see how to adjust the screen brightness. By the schedule. Okay, I'll show you in the software. Okay, also the theme, click brightness. This time we choose the auto adjustment. Okay, so we cleared the previous list first. So here, we choose the wizard settings. We choose the advanced adjustment, click next. Okay, so in this interface, you can add the starting time and the brightness value, which you need. For example, we set if it is 1 o'clock, we set the brightness is 10, and the adjust time we need to choose the specified brightness. Okay, click OK. Now we can see we add a brightness value at 1 o'clock. So here is one important information you need to pay attention. So if it is 1 o'clock and maybe I set at 3 o'clock, the brightness is 50. So will it change at 3 o'clock? Actually, just 1 point means it starts from 3 o'clock the day before to 3 o'clock the next day. So at least we need to set 2 time points. One is the start time, the other is the end time. Okay, we set the time 1 o'clock as the start time, and maybe we set 12. Brightness value is 80. Okay, this is the end time. Click OK. Now we can see here we have a 2 time 2 value, and you can also maybe 14. You can also set different brightness value in different time points. Okay, after we do the settings, click Finish. Save successfully. So this is how to adjust the screen brightness according to your schedule. This is the schedule. And as I just told you, we can also adjust the screen brightness according to the environment brightness. So you need to connect a light sensor first. Okay, this is step. Okay, by the light sensor. Here we can see this is our light sensor. It is the accessory. And these are the informations about light sensor. And please pay attention, there are two controllers you can just connect the light sensor directly. One is the M Control 300. And the other is the M Control 600, because these two products has the light sensor port, so you can connect the light sensor directly. So if so for other products, if you want to connect a light sensor, you need to connect it to a multi-function card. Okay, let's see how to do it. So this time, I have already connected the light sensor to the setting controller. Let's see how to do it. First, we need to connect light sensor with a multi-function card. Click Add. Choose the Ethernet port connection because this one is often used. Give it a name. Demo. Must be unique. Okay, another demo. Okay. Okay, then we choose the peripheral device. And then you can choose the light sensor. So if your light sensor connected to the peripheral device 1, you can choose this one. If you connect to device 2, you can choose to device 2. So if you connect, for example, 2 light sensor, the system will adjust to the average environment brightness. Okay, you can click if we connect 2 light sensor, and then click refresh. Here you can see if your light sensor is connected successfully. And after it is successfully, click save. Save external device succeed. Okay, then close this window. And then let's do the light sensor adjustment. Okay, after we have already connected the light sensor to the multifunction card, let's do the brightness adjustment. This time, we choose the auto adjustment and then with the settings. This time, we need to choose adjust by light sensor because we have already connected the light sensor to the multifunction card. Next. Okay, so click fast section division to make a mapping table. So the environment brightness will be divided into equal parts. This is the upper limit. This is the number of subsection, and this is the lower limit. The environment brightness will be divided into equal parts. Imagine we set like this. The upper is 12,000, lower is 20. And also, the screen brightness will be divided into same equal parts. Okay, we said the upper is 80%, lower is 40%. Okay, if we do the settings like this, click OK. Finish. Okay, because we have I have no light sensor connected with my computer, so the software will remind you. Okay. And this time, we can click Add. Okay, let's clear the previous list first. Okay, click Add. This time we need to choose the adjust type environment. So if we can set the starting time, maybe 20. Okay, maybe we can set another one of 8. Okay, after we have already do these settings, the software will adjust the screen brightness according to the environment brightness. Okay, it's repeat. Okay, we can set another one. Maybe you can choose 7. Okay. Time of brightness configuration is repeat. Select this. Okay, after we have already do these settings, click Save. Also the same question, because I have no light sensor here connected with my SIM card, so the software will remind you this. Okay, so after these settings, we can adjust the screen brightness according to the environment brightness. And also, here we can see the export log. Click this, we can get the brightness log. Okay, if we save it to the desktop. So on my desktop, here we can see the brightness log. Open it. So you can check your brightness informations here. Our software will check, can export the brightness information within a month, 1 month. Okay, the detailed information. So this part, we know how to do the screen, how to adjust the screen brightness. Okay. If you want to save it. No light sensor here. No. Okay, so this part I have already shown you in the software. This is the export log. Okay, let's say the next function, the system monitoring checking. Also the same, first log in, and then we can see here is the monitoring. This is the monitoring function, click it, choose monitoring. So here we can see the monitoring information. This is the sending card, receiving card, and the temperature. Okay, so if you connected other accessories, maybe you can see other monitoring status here. Okay. Click monitoring, refresh. You can get the current monitoring status. So hover over the mouse here, you can see the detailed information about the sending card, like the communication port, sending card number, DVI signal, and the refresh rate. So here, the green, the color green means normal, sending card, orange means sending card fault, and yellow means DVI signal exception. And if it is gray, means unknown. Okay, this receiving card also the same. You can zoom up or zoom down. Click refresh, get the current monitoring status. Also, you can hover over the mouse here. You can see the sending card detail information, sending card number, port number, receiving card number, and also the coordinate of the receiving card, and also the green normal, red means fault, or yellow means voltage exception, and green means unknown. And also here we can see the total quantity of the receiving card is 16, and also the quantity of the faulted receiving card. So if there is some receiving card is fault, you can see how many fault receiving cards, and quantity of receiving card with voltage exception. Okay, and the temperature. Also can zoom up, zoom down. Here you can see the detail information, and these colors are the temperature of the receiving cards. And here you can also see the lowest temperature is 37, and the average temperature, highest temperature. You can get all these informations here. So for the monitoring function, so if you think there is something wrong with your system, you can check here. You can check the monitoring interface first to say if there is something wrong. Okay, so the monitoring function is very easy. You can get the working status from the monitoring interface. Okay, let's back to our PowerPoint monitoring. Yes, this is the sending card interface, receiving card interface. Here we can see red means fault, green means normal, and also temperature. You can see number is the temperature of each receiving card. Okay. Okay, the last function, I'll show you the redundancy settings. So for the redundancy settings, we have 3 methods. The first one is redundancy on single unit, which means you only use one sending card, but the redundancy are from different output ports. And the second one, redundancy on a multiple cascaded unit, means you use 2 sending controllers and they are cascaded. And third one is redundancy on multiple non-cascaded units. Okay, let's see them one by one. So before we know how to do the redundancy, why we need to do the backup. So normally there is only one channel from the PC to the video processor to the sending card and to all the receiving cards. But sometimes what will happen if the data channel is broken? Here we can see all the rest of the screen will be blacked out because there is no data goes into the cabinet behind. So if you do the backup, even there is no data comes from the main channel, all these receiving cards will get the signal from the backup sending card. So, and the switch is so fast that nobody will notice it. So this will ensure your screen works normally. Okay, let's see how to set up the backup in our software. Okay, let's see the first one, redundancy on single unit. Okay, let's see the basic structure. This is the computer, and here we choose the x4x as an example. This is an all-in-one controller. And here we use output port 1 to load as the primary output port, and port 2 as the backup. Okay, let's see how to do it in a software. Okay, I'll show you in a software, step by step. Also, first we need to log in. And then click Screen Configuration. Next. Okay, so we get into, after we have already finished the configuration in the sending card interface and the receiving card interface, let's do the screen connection. First, choose the quantity of the screen. So this time we choose one screen. Configure, reset all. Okay, as we know, we just use one VX4X as the sending controller, and we use port 1 as the main port, and port 2 as the backup port. So let's see how to do the backup. Okay, here we can see only one sending controller to care about this for. Okay, we use only the X4X. Let's do the screen connection first. Okay, imagine the width is 104. Okay, port 1, we use port 1 to load the whole screen. Okay, first we do the screen connection, port 1. After you finish the screen connection, send to hardware. Successfully saved. Okay, now we finish port 1 as the main port. Okay, let's see how to do the backup. Here, after we finish the screen connection, let's get into the sending card interface. Here, redundancy port, we choose Add. We can see redundancy settings. This is the serial number of the primary sending card. And this is the backup sending card. This is the serial number of primary port. This is the backup port. Okay, this time we use only one sending card. So the primary sending card and the backup sending card is the same. So 1, 1. And as we know, we use port 2 as the backup for port 1. So here, the primary output port is 1, backup output port is 2. Okay, click Add. Here we can see, we click this backup information. Also, if you have more output ports, you can set continue. Okay, now we can see, we do the settings and send. Don't forget, save it. So now the backup in one sending controller from different output ports is finished. Okay, that just to show you in the software. First, we need to do the screen connection and then do the backup. Okay, let's see the second redundancy. On multiple cascaded units. Let's see the basic structure first. Here we use two sending controllers, and they are cascaded by a USB cable. And we can say we use the sending card port 1, port 2 to load the screen as the main port. And we use sending card 2, port 1, port 2 as the backup. Okay, let's see how to do it in the software. Also, log in first. Next. Okay, first, remember to choose the quantity of the screen. One screen. Okay. This time we use, that's all first. Okay. This time we use two sending controller. 1, 2, 1, 2, two sending controller. Don't care about this string. Okay. First, we need to do the screen connection. Okay, imagine the width is also 104 by 104. Okay, as I just showed you, we use sending card 1, port 1 and port 2 to load the whole screen as the main. Imagine we use port 1, this part. We also use port 2, this part. Or to backup device. Okay, let's clear the backup we just cite. Is that previous first? Okay, delete it. Okay. Okay, let's get back to the screen connection. Here we use port 2. So now we use port sending card 1, port 1, and port 2. Finish the screen connection. First, send to hardware. Save information. Successfully. Okay, let's see how to do the backup. Also get into the sending card interface. This time also the redundancy part, click add. Okay, pay attention. Now, this time we use two sending cards. So sending card 1 is the main, sending card 2 is the backup. Okay, so for the primary sending card number 1, backup sending card 2, because we use two cascaded sending controller. Okay, and we use the sending card 2 port 1 is the backup of the sending card 1 port 1. Click add. And also we use sending card 2 port 2 is the backup of the sending card 1 port 2. Okay, click add. Here we can see we do two settings. Close this window. Send. Successfully. Also save it. Okay, so the redundancy between two cascaded sending controllers are finished. two sending controller. Okay, I just show you in the software. First, we do the screen configuration, and then do the settings, do the redundancy settings. Okay, let's see the third one, redundancy on multiple non-cascaded unit. Non-cascaded unit. Here we can see we also use two sending cards, but here they are not cascaded. Okay, let's see the basic structure. We use sending card 1, port 2 as the main. And we use sending card 2, port 1, port 2 as the backup. Okay, let's see how to do it in a software. First, after we log in, we can click the view details of a device. Here we can see we have two sending controllers, and they are not cascaded. 1, 2. And then we need to get into the screen configuration interface. We can choose the current operation communication port. We can say there are two. One is 0001. The other is 0005. Because they are not cascaded, so we can see two sending controllers. Okay, after that, click Next. Okay, first we need to set the main sending controller. We set 0001 as the main. Also, we can do the configuration, screen configuration first. Sending card 1, port 1. We can load the whole screen. After that, send to hardware. And then we get into the sending card interface. Set it as primary. Save it. Okay. Here, because I log into the demonstration mode. So in our demonstration mode, we have a 5M control 4K cascaded. So I cannot show you non-cascaded redundancy here. Okay, I'll show you the something. So if you choose if you have two non-cascaded sending controller, you can say two different communication ports. This means we have two non-cascaded sending controller because a demonstration mode have a 5M control 4K, so only one. Like the PowerPoint I just show you, choose one you need to set as the primary and click Next. I just want to show you how to do it. Okay, after the sending card, the receiving card, and the screen connection, maybe you do the screen connection like this. Okay, wait a few minutes. Wait a few minutes. Okay, let's move on. So after you finish the screen configuration of the first sending controller as the primary, and then send to hardware. If this one, COM99 is the primary sending controller, And we do the screen connection like this. Okay, successfully. After we finish the screen connection, we get into the sending card interface. And also the redundancy part. Here we can see we set this one, COM99 as the primary. Okay, set it as the primary. Okay. Don't forget to save it. So COM99 will be the primary sending controller. Okay, close this window. And next time we want to do the backup. So also the screen configuration, click this. Here, if you have two non-cascaded sending controller, you can choose another one, maybe COM98. Okay, because the demonstration mode, we cannot have two non-cascaded sending controllers. So I cannot show you. Okay, maybe you can think is this is a COM98. Click next. Also the screen configuration. Okay, if we have imagine we have already finished the screen configuration in this interface. Also, don't forget to send to hardware. So when you want to do the backup settings, just remember you need to finish the screen connection first. Okay, imagine this time we choose COM98, not COM99. Imagine this is COM98. Okay, after we finish the screen connection, get into the sending card interface. Okay, this time we're gonna see we set this one as the backup. Okay, so imagine this is COM98. COM98 will be this backup as COM99. Okay, save it. Okay, so the redundancy between two non-cascaded sending controller is finished. And also, if two sending controller are non-cascaded, we can also do the redundancy in the controller, not in the software. Okay, let's see how to do it in the sending controller, in the hardware. Okay, this is the redundancy on non-cascaded units. I just show you in the software. This is 0001. Set as primary. 0005. We can set it as backup. Okay, hardware settings. How to do the backup between non-cascaded sending controllers. Okay, this part is very easy. So this is the main sending controller, and this is the backup sending controller. First, we use the knob in front of the LCD panel, choose the advanced settings, and then choose redundancy, set this controller as primary. And also we change to another sending controller, also the advanced settings, and choose redundancy and set this sending controller as the backup sending controller. So the redundancy on multiple non-cascaded sending controller, we can do it just in our hardware. So this part is, I think, is very easy for you. Okay, so all the above are our training today. So do you have any questions? And also, we have a training plan in May next month. And we have different class, 8 class 1 month, And in 1 week, we have 2 classes. You can welcome to join us. And this is the time. So do you have any questions? Okay, so today is here. Thank you.